Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. As a reminder to please select the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen if you have any questions. We will be bringing out Head Coach Adrian Heath shortly. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Apologies. Adrian will be a bid, so we will bring out one of two players, either midfielder Ja'Cory Hayes or defender Michael Boxall. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. We will have defender Michael Boxall up first. reminder to please select the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen if you have any questions. And we will start off with Andy Greeter. Andy, your line is open.
Foxy, this is 4 straight games without a win. Is there any sort of commonality that you see in those games?
I mean, I thought we created a lot of chances in the Houston game, but then aside from that, just in that final third, things aren't quite clicking as they should or as they have in the games like the last time Salt Lake came here. So I don't know, and it's always difficult when you're switching up the combinations due to injury and availability and whatnot. So it's just haven't got things clicking quite how we'd like them to.
Jeff, your mic is open.
With that sort of inconsistency in the final third, how has that changed your approach to defending? Are you trying to slow the game down a little bit more to let it develop?
No, not trying to slow down. I think we have to speed things up. I think when we looked a little bit dangerous tonight was when we would attack down, I say, Romain's side and then quickly move it to the other side where Chase had a lot of space and that he had a lot of space to work with in the first half. 4 or 5 times he gets into dangerous areas. So I think, we need to speed things up from the back just so that people like Reynoso and our talented guys on the ball have more time when they are in that final third.
Jerry, your mic is open.
It's a funny game, isn't it? You played to a scoreless tie in the first half against them 3 weeks ago, and then you got 4 goals in the second half, and you couldn't get one tonight. Mm-hmm. How many do you think should have scored tonight in the second half?
I think we had some great looks. Obviously, Reynoso got in there a couple times. Kai as well he must have had about 14 touches on the ball in that one time when he went into the box in the second half. Romain in 2 minutes on the clock, the keeper pulls out a great save. So, we're creating chances. It's just frustrating we couldn't get one past their keeper tonight.
Jacob, your line is open.
You mentioned you're upset with playing the final third, not being able to get a goal, but defense managing another clean sheet tonight. How did you guys do it? What does it mean to pull that off against the talented RSL side?
Obviously, with Chase and Romain, they've been so reliable and solid for the last 18 months, 20 months, whatever it is. And then, obviously, Dubasi's, he's obviously still getting comfortable, but he looks so comfortable there. And just getting used to that combination. I think I'm going to have to take French lessons soon between those two guys. But, no, I think even though Chase is young, we're all pretty experienced and managed to control pretty much all of Salt Lake's threats tonight.
Jeff?
How have you, aside from the language barrier, maybe had to change your approach to playing with Dubasi compared to playing with Aha as you have for most of the last few months?
The language barrier is not an issue, really. I actually think he speaks better English than Romain. But I don't know, it is a bit, particularly playing out, I think I do feel a bit more comfortable on that right side, although I do get used to playing on the left, and I think it just gives us a few more options playing forward that we can play past the midfield when we're getting pressed and to bounce it off Kai or find Reynoso in those holes. I've waffled and I've lost my train of thought.
Jerry?
Does a point at home in this situation hurt, or is a point a point?
We'll tell you in about 6 or 7 games, I think. But I think for us, it does hurt, I think, especially how we dealt with them when they came here the first time, I think. And then plus we've had, it seems like a massive stretch of games not at Allianz, and we know how many points we picked up here last year and how very few teams got anything from us when they came here, and we kind of expected the same tonight. And I mean, the performance wasn't far off. It was just just the 1 or 2% in that final third that kind of let us down.
We have time for just 2 more questions here for Boxy. Andy, your line is open.
Boxy, you guys were playing so great in Florida, and then outside of that, I mean, the 4-game losing streak, 4-game winless streak now. How do you get back to the form you guys had in Florida?
I mean, it'd be nice to get a few bodies back. I think this is be the longest stretch of days between games that we've had in a long, long time. So hopefully we can get some healthy bodies back and use that time on the pitch well, just to get things flowing properly. I don't even think Bakai and Reynoso have had like a proper training session. It's always been recoveries or match day -1 prep. So it'll be good to get some actual reps up at Blaine all together.
Last question here. Jeff, your line is open.
Looking at your sweatshirt, I can't read the upper text, but is there any message about the WFP?
That's the last question, and that's what you come with? No, no, it's not. It's just a very, very comfy hoodie, and when the weather's turning as it is about to now, it keeps me warm when my wife's not stealing it.
Boxy, thank you so much for your time.
Cool.
Hello, everyone. We appreciate your patience. We will have Head Coach Adrian Heath up next. A reminder to please select the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen for your questions. Thank you. All right, we will kick things off with Jeff. Your line is open.
Adrian, able to keep another clean sheet against RSL. Overall, how have you felt about your team's performance tonight?
I thought the first half, in the middle of the field, we were very good. Not enough threat in the final third. I thought we rectified that. We tweaked the shape a wee bit at half time. And I would settle for a game like that every week where we get, not many opportunities conceded. But how many did we have? I can think of maybe 5 really, really good opportunities. So a lot of positives there. Disappointment, obviously. I thought we did more than enough to win the game. And if we play like that and create them chances, invariably we will win the games.
Jerry, your line is open.
scored 4 in the second half against them 3 weeks ago, couldn't get the one tonight in the second half. How many could you or should you have?
Well, I'll have to watch it again because obviously your mind's racing when you're watching it. And but I can think of a couple for Ray, Kai, Robin, Asani, maybe, but golden chances. So normally you would score. Normally we would score a goal tonight, and that, I think one would have been enough. But it wasn't to be. I thought the performance was at times really, really good in the second half, and if we can play like that here, we will win games.
Andy?
Adrian, you guys are winless in 4. Does it feel like a bit of a skid?
Well, maybe to you, not to me. No.
Jacob, your line is open.
Adrian, only one sub you used tonight. What was going on in your mind in that second half when you had players available off the bench, or if you wanted to stick with those on the field?
Well, I don't know. I keep saying this. There's a fascination with substitutes in America. I don't understand it at times. When you're creating the chances that we are in the second half and are completely dominant, why would we upset the rhythm of the team? I could understand it if we aren't creating chances. We don't look as though we're on the front foot. Something's not right. But the way we were playing in the second half, I think all I would have done is disrupt the rhythm of the game and maybe upset what we were doing. There was nothing wrong with the way they were playing. There was nothing wrong with the shape that we had. We just couldn't get the breakthrough, and we were one good finish away from probably winning the game like we did last time.
Josue, your line is open.
Hey, Coach, what do you make of Emmanuel Reynoso's performance tonight?
I thought at times he was outstanding in the second half. All the things that we know, he created 2 unbelievable chances for himself. He'll be disappointed he didn't score, but no, we're really happy with Reynoso. We know what we've got. We're still getting to know him. We're still getting to find out where he likes to work on the field, and that will come. But no, I'm delighted with him. Love his work rate, love his energy, love his vision, love his passing ability. So, no, he's going to be fine.
Andy?
On Friday, you said you seemed encouraged that Molina was going to be able to come back. Can you update his status?
No, he trained, as I say, he trained on Friday really well, and then on Saturday he woke up and he just felt as though if he really opened himself up, he would cause more damage. He just didn't feel 100% comfortable with his hamstring. He's trained again today, so obviously we think he will be available for next weekend.
Jeff?
You mentioned the chances that you weren't quite able to finish. Are you looking forward then to a full week at home and then Cincinnati coming back to Allianz after last year?
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward more to having a full week's training and getting some of the lads who are carrying knocks. There's 2 or 3 of the guys who are, ideally they would not be playing if we had people who are available in their spots, but they don't. So for certain players, it's going to be 2 or 3 really resting days, and for others, we can get some work on. And for others, we can start to do some patterns of play and some combination play and some phases of play that we think might help us next week.
Jacob, your line is open.
Adrian, we've got the second part of phase 2 starting up next weekend. As Jeff just mentioned, you've got 11 matches. Is the team still looking to add anybody to the roster during that time? Are you content with what you have? Because you have players coming back from injury. You're going to have more available players to you. But is there anybody the team could be looking at, or any options on there?
I think as long as there's always time, you always think about it. Obviously, we have got players who are injured. Had we had everybody fit and healthy, I don't think we really would be looking. But, you never know in this game. Certain teams that may be a little bit more, shall we say, ready to change things. And sometimes things come your way that you think that might be a good opportunity. But as of this minute, probably not. But as I'm saying that, there's still time to go within this transfer window.
We have time for just 2 more questions here for Adrian. Andy, your line is open.
Adrian, you mentioned a few guys that probably would have rest if given the opportunity. Who would those guys be?
Well, I don't want to put that out there. That would be unfair. But trust me, we have 4 or 5 guys who could do with the rest, I think, or at least 3 or 4 days to freshen up, and we've not had that opportunity. sometimes doing nothing is, the best treatment ever. Get them away from the facility, get the mind and mentally get themselves ready as much as physically. And certainly, even though we've got, a full week's training now, some players will not be training a full week for sure.
Jerry, your line is open.
What did you think of the threat that Kai presented tonight?
Yeah, we still, we still got work to do in terms of where we play him in the box and where we play him the ball in the box. And, he's worked really, really hard for us tonight. He's had his opportunity. He did great with the one that he set up for Robin. He gave us a presence. So he'll get better, as we all get to know him better and he gets to know this group better. But I'm just really looking forward to, maybe getting 3 or 4 of the guys rested and some of the guys, with a full week's work, because the one thing, not just for us, for Salt Lake, for all these other teams, I don't think enough's been made of the schedule that we have. It's bordering on being ridiculous, the amount of travel and games we're having every 4 days, and you're expecting the same group of guys to keep running around. It's virtually impossible at times, but, such is the nature of football players. They want to play every game, and hopefully that we can freshen them up this week.
Adrian, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, everybody.
We will bring up midfielder Ja'Cory Hayes up next. Thank you. A reminder to please select the raise hand icon at the bottom of the screen if you have questions. We'll get things started off with Andy. Your line is open.
Corey, how would you sum up these last couple of games for your side?
Just thinking about tonight, I think we played well, and just unfortunate we didn't put the ball in the back of the net, and we'd have a completely different conversation right now. But we were able to get a point, and hopefully we can look forward and review what happened, and score some goals next week.
Jacob.
Ja'Cory, do you see this as 1 point earned or 2 points dropped, considering you're at home and you beat RSL 4-0 last time?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. We have high expectations, especially away from at home. Even though there's no fans, we want to create that same atmosphere, that same fortress. So we always come into these games expecting 3 points. We are a little disappointed, but it's still a point, and everything is super tight in the West. We'll take points where we can get them, and hopefully we can build on this and get a win next weekend.
Jerry, your line is open.
It's a funny game. You couldn't. You scored 4 goals against them in the second half 3 weeks ago. You couldn't get the one tonight. How many could you or should you guys have scored in the second half, do you think?
You want to say you can score 4 again, but soccer's funny like that. It's you struggle just to get the one sometimes. The game last time was a bit crazy. It was still tight, and even into the second half, and it was just an onslaught at the end. So, it's soccer's funny. It can flip just like that.
Jacob.
As of late, the team's been rotating between a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-3-3 formation. Tonight, Adrian Heath chose to go with the 4-3-3. Do you see any correlation correlation of results on which formation is on the pitch and how you guys play?
I haven't drawn any conclusions or found any correlations like that myself. It's good that we have some flexibility, and we keep trying different formations, and have different tools in our pocket. Come playoff time, we can bust something out, and we can be a very versatile team. So, not really sure, and we can just keep working on both. And so towards the end of the season, no one knows what we're doing.
Reminder, please select the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen if you have questions. All right, well, this concludes this evening's press conference. Ja'Cory, thank you so much for your time.
Cool. Thanks for having me.